Does anybody remember that store that was called Only a Dollar? The very first Only a Dollar was opened in 1986. Then, in the early 90s, it got a sweet little name change to Dollar Tree. Man, I love that place. Welcome back, my snaily friends. My name is Lavinia. You can call me Lav. And today, I am bringing you 5 more useful items that you can find at Dollar Tree. Now, if you've been here for some time, you know that I love this store so much. So much. Ask my family. I am here quite often. I love it. I just can't help it. Every time I go in there, I find something else that I can use for my aquarium, specifically for my snails. So let's jump right into it. First up, we have a firm toothbrush and a denture brush. These are both really useful for scrubbing all sorts of things in your aquarium, whether you need to scrub glass or rocks or wood. The firm toothbrush is also extremely helpful when cleaning filters. They're really good at getting in all the piping. Or if perhaps you found that your snail shell is turning a little green or perhaps has some diatom algae on it, give it a good scrub with the firm toothbrush, or if you can't find a firm one, use the denture brush. Both of these things can be found in the dental aisle. Next up, we have silicone molds. These are wicked useful for making Snellos. They can be found all year round. You really want to try and get there to find them when they just switch over to the new season of things, because they go pretty fast. But you can find them in the seasonal area. Seasonal stuff with the seasonal things like summer things, Christmas things, Halloween things, stuff like that. On the bottom shelf underneath the cups. Can you tell I've been there a few times? Just a couple. Seasonal decor area. That's where they have these molds. They're so good for Snellos.
Yeah, guy, wicked good.
And next we have super strong, small rubber bands. Whew. Try saying that 5 times fast. These can be found in the hair care aisle, next to the other rubber bands. They're usually used on hair. But I like to use them in places that I don't necessarily want to use super glue or can use super glue. For instance, hornwort. I rubber band a lot of hornwort to rocks and then drop it to the bottom of my aquarium. It's very good at keeping the hornwort in place. Otherwise, it's just floating around the tank. It seems to help, at least for me. That's what I use them for. They're very strong.
Thank you, Barbie.
Number 4 is probably one of my favorites. It's fake plants and leaf segments. Some of the fake plants they offer at the dollar store are exactly like what you'd find at PetSmart or Petco. Just err on the side of caution when you're choosing a plant. You don't want any dyes or chemicals running into your aquarium that you don't want. I would say even go above and beyond and quarantine these plants for a week in a bucket before you put them into your aquarium. You can find similar things at PetSmart and Petco for an insane price. Well, insane. I guess if you want to pay $6.99, you can. It's pretty much the same thing. Speaking of, that reminds me, isn't it a shame that you can't grow succulents inside of an aquarium? I think so. That's why, with the fake succulents from a dollar store, you can. Just like I said, with any fake plant that you get from the dollar store, make sure that you quarantine it for a week in a bucket before you place anything in your aquarium. For me personally, and I think this might be a good rule for you too, do all of this at your own risk, okay? Don't do it because I said to do it, just at your own risk. Just don't try this at home, kids, or try this at home, but at your own risk. Thank you. Also, I know what you're all thinking. Yes, these plants and fake succulents do have wire inside of them. I'll tell you one thing, they'd definitely be more than $1 if there was copper wire inside of them, so they're safe for your snails. You just want to make sure that the plastic part is covering the wire. You can do this easily with just a little blob of hot glue, or even better, aquarium-safe silicone. You don't want any snaily feet getting hurt by accident. And last on the list for today, another super favorite of mine, bamboo skewers and silver picks. The silver picks can be found in the party section, and the bamboo skewers can be found over near the food and the coffee cups and such. The skewers come in really handy for any freshly cooked vegetables that we might want to feed our snails. You just skewer that vegetable right on there, and you can make them a veggie kebab. The silver picks can come in handy if you just want to give your 1 or 2 snails a nice little tree of broccoli or something. Or you could make your 1 or 2 snails a veggie kebab too. veggie kebabs for everybody. And now it's time for the bonus section. Crowd goes wild. In this bonus section, I have 2 items for you. The first one are these wonderful plastic jars. You can find all sorts of different plastic jars in the craft aisle. These are really good for food storage. Whether you just made some Snello and you don't have a container to put them in, boom, put them in here and stick them in the fridge. Or if you're like me and you buy your fish flakes in bulk, this is a much handier container to have your fish flakes in rather than having the big bucket out on the table all the time. If you're just into a more aesthetic look, they also have some really adorable glass ones. I really could probably do an entire video just on the glass ones. Amazing. And the last one, she may be tiny, but she is mighty. And that is little cookie cutters, or these are called clay cutters. You can find these ones in the craft aisle, but they do sometimes in the seasonal section have little cookie clay cutters that you can get to. These are so fun if you opt for making your Snello in, say, a baking sheet or something flat. And then once it sets up, you want to cut out fun little shapes. Kaboom! You've got these fun little cookie cutters, clay cookie cutters, cookie clay cutters. So fun. I think we all need to talk about that it's not even $1 anymore. Everything is $1.25. So be prepared for that. I like saying it's the dollar store, but it's $1.25. It doesn't roll off the tongue, $1.25 store. Like dollar store rolls off the tongue, you know? So I still say dollar store. I actually don't even say Dollar Tree, I say dollar store. But it's $1.25. Just keep that in mind. Actually, my local Dollar Tree has items that are $3, $5, and $7. So times they are a-changin'. It's true. But that's it for now, guys. Thank you so much for being here with me. I hope you enjoyed this video of 5 more items from Dollar Tree that you might be able to use for your aquariums and or your snails. Primarily your snails. I love snails so much. I got a couple new ones. I can't wait to share them with you. That's coming up soon. And as well as a couple other things on the horizon. So also at the end of this video here, I thought it might be fun to just leave you guys with a little time lapse of them eating some Snello. So enjoy that. And you can get a little peep of that hair algae that's driving me insane. And I hope you're having a wonderful day and have a good tomorrow. Okay. I hope you find some good deals at the dollar store, Dollar Tree. The Dollar Tree. I love that place so much. $1.25. Okay, we'll see you in the next one. And don't forget, hug your snails. I'll see you soon.